fucking boom shakalaka. He slides into your DMs and he's like, dude, I don't know. What did he say?
Welcome back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast. Entrepreneurship, self-development, challenging norms, baby. What are we, Pap? Pop. 100 some odd, Pap.
You think I would have got the lighting right before getting on this? I look terrible.
No, Pop. You really like sitting in front of windows so that the people on YouTube go on YouTube. They can. It's just the ghost of Pop's past.
Hold on. Let me make an adjustment here.
Make the adjustment. Oh, it's Pop's abode, baby. Hey, Pop. This is good. This is good. This is the second week in a row. We are recording at a pretty set time. We're a little late. We're going to explain why we're late, as there are forks and knives dropping on the floor.
Dude, this is a mukbang over here. Hey, that's better though. That's better.
Let me kick this off.
Poof.
Let me kick this off with the mukbang, Pop.
Yeah, hit me.
The mukbang himself, the Thunder Lizard, the Komodo Rich, your video's gone. God damn it, Pop.
No, keep talking. I'm still here. Keep talking.
The Komodo Dragon, Mike Maples. He's been gone a long time. We've been trying to find him. We've been trying to sell to him. He's running around. I hear you breathing, Pop. I'm gonna let you get in here. I'm gonna let you get in here. But I ping valued him this morning. I said, you know what, Maples? We understand you don't want to work with us, all right? But at a minimum, Maples, can you just be an advisor? Boom! Bait. Hook. There's so many baits going out, Pop. It's all I do.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
What did you read?
You baited and switched him like that, huh?
I baited and switched him. I said, let me ask him for something less. Let me ask for less. And he came back.
Wow.
He couldn't help but respond.
He's like, these guys really like me, huh? Even if I don't give them money. Hey, why don't we talk about the more exciting news, though?
Wait.
Tease it.
There's a reason. Okay, tease what?
The call we just got off.
Ali Abdaal. I was going to say, I implemented a new email system.
Tease it. Give it away right away. Sorry. Okay.
Ali Abdaal. I implemented a new I hear you breathing, Pop, but I can't see you. I hope Ish can see you.
Ish can. I
implemented a new email system. So now, as soon as I ping value Mike Maples, I mark it as awaiting response. And I'm not going to lose track of that little lizard. I know exactly where he's at.
It's like, you know how lizards sense with their tongue? You're just like...
That's exactly right, Pop. That's exactly
you little
right.
cold-blooded freak. So, is that all you got for the Thunder Wizard? He's somewhat back in the loop, but not really there.
I want to link that email system because it came from
send it to me.
Yeah, well, I did. You don't want it. Someone's going to want it.
Dude, I tried listening to that book last night. I fell asleep in 30 seconds.
Which book?
The dude within, the CEO within.
The great CEO within? That sounds like a terrible CEO. Okay, we teased Ali Abdaal. We just got off the phone with him, Pop. It was kind of like this. I clammed up. You're clamming up.
Well, how'd we get him on the phone first?
I was going to go to Carmen first. I was going to keep teasing.
Tease. All right, fuck the tease. Yeah, string them. Oh, dude, did I tell you? When I was little, this fucking destroyed me. I was with my mom. We're in Jamestown, which is a beautiful place in Rhode Island. A lot of waterfront, and we used to live there. So we were going back to visit. And I was walking along. We got off this boat tour. I'm walking up these stairs, and I see a dollar bill. I'm like, fucking 7 years old. I'm like, that's a dollar bill. I want to pick it up. But then the wind catches it and it flies. I'm like, oh, fuck. I run up and I'm just about to get it and it flies again. I'm like, what in fucking God's earth? I go up and then I see this fucking dude right above me with a fishing pole. Fucking stringing me along, that motherfucker. It destroyed me.
You're lucky he didn't pick up a dog poop in that dollar bill and put a poop dollar on the ground.
You don't want a poop dollar.
You ever seen a poop dollar?
No, but I know like the bag that you set on fire and people stomp it and it's poop.
That's right. Hey, Pop, I'm getting a lot of feedback from you. You got a piece of metal. You got a pacemaker in your heart.
I do have this fucking.
I'm getting so much feedback.
Feedback of what? How is that possible?
It's buzzing like an old TV. It's like I've got a metal detector and it's just like.
Well, all right. I don't know what's happening.
I'm glad you didn't get poop dollared. I've been poop dollared.
I bet you have.
Social capital, Pop.
Okay.
This is the show about transitions. Yeah, I mean this episode's gonna be something about Ali Abdaal. That's got to be in the last minute of the damn thing. What's going on here? Have we talked on the podcast about my issues with Chamath?
Oh. We definitely had to. A lot of Audacity episodes are going out. Somewhere it's going to be baked in there. But we need a recap.
Problem. I don't even know if I can give a recap. Let me just give it to you straight. The problem is Harvard MBAs.
Oh, Ali Abdaal, Slackbot connected. How about that?
He's got bots everywhere.
Sorry.
You can't go to Harvard and get an MBA, Pop.
You can't, or undergrad.
Wait. You can't go to Harvard and get an MBA and then do social media. It's like jumbo shrimp.
You gotta. It doesn't work. You either. I was trying to run with the analogy, but I couldn't think of it. I was like, you either gotta be what's Bubba?
Bubba gum.
Whatever. But that's the thing. You go there to be a scholar. And the world of social media, that's not for scholars. It's for like the 5-year-old. You write like you're trying to teach a child. Yeah, if we're doing well, there's no way a smart person should be there. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or at least social capitalism.
So let me give the little recap now. Things were going great. We're posting with Chamath. He's taking our links and running with them. No captions.
Then they're doing well. Over 100K.
They're doing so well. The wellest. The wellest. You know when you put your fingers together to test the
oh, dude, that's a pinky. That's a pinky well right there, dude.
well,
do we might need a recap context for that one. This finger, if you touch your little I don't know, the ball of your hand, whatever the fuck you call that. You gotta
explain it for the audio people. Index finger to thumb.
No, dude, audio people gotta come to YouTube and then they can figure it out. And I never know which finger's which. I always fuck them up. Index is the pointer finger. The pointer finger to the thumb, and you feel the pad of your thumb, that little like fucking ball thing. And that supposedly is what, medium rare?
That's a Harvard MBA.
That's a rare. Okay. Wait, which one's well? I don't know. And then the next finger is medium. I don't know. My brother and my dad got in a big fight about how to cook steaks.
All you want to do is put your pinky, dude, your middle finger to your thumb. Middle finger to your thumb. Feel the pad of your thumb. That's medium rare. That's what you want.
Just run around parties like this. You'll be the coolest guy there. Dude, just that. What? You're like, hey, how do you want your steak? Right there, dude. Right there.
Medium rare. What was well done? I don't even remember.
Well done's pinky, dude. Oh, what was well? Oh, dude, feel it.
The clips were doing well. It's so hard.
Oh, the clips were they were pinky, dude.
They were pinky, doing so well. And then, I think what happened, again, refer to the Audacity episode, we spin things up in our head. We create narratives. But I think what happened is inside of Social Capital, they started getting really salty because we had taken out all the middlemen to get to Chamath.
No, here's what happened. They're like, maybe they've heard the term squatter marketing. They haven't seen it in action. Now they see it in action. They're like, wait, these clowns just pitched us a $30K deal. We're like, hey, that's too much. We don't think you're worth it. Fine. Okay. We're just going to cut you right out and go straight to Chamath with our squatter marketing. Daddy. Dude, daddy gang. And we were loving it. We were loving life. He's loving it. He's like, here's a link. I don't even put a caption on it. I just fucking
doesn't even respond to me. Just ships it. It's one way.
It's a one-way street, baby.
Just that's the way we want it. That's all we want. The one-way street.
That's the system.
That's the system.
Hey, I don't think y'all know, but we're just a one-way street sort of agency. It's just going. If you're on the train, it's fucking leaving the station. But she's trying to halt this fucking train.
Okay. Wow, this is getting juicy. We don't do gossip anymore. These are just facts. Okay. So then I get a text out of the blue, and it's a nasty one. It's a high period.
Oh,
Pop,
you don't want a high period.
Pop, we got to stop with like the one-way communication.
No, she was lovely when we got on the phone with her. I didn't.
No, this isn't Carmen. This is Chamath's chief of staff.
Oh,
Pop, I talked to like 4 people before I get to Chamath now.
Dude, that's what happens. People are just like, I have a job. I have to be paid for something. Let me get in. It's like, no, dude.
Well, right. Chamath is probably like, yo, chief of staff, are you proofing these videos? Why are you not proofing these videos? And so
maybe Chamath doesn't actually want to watch them.
Hey, you don't have to. Do no harm. One-way street. If you're on the train, we're posting.
Little conductor hats.
I don't even know. This story is stupid, but basically a lot of people got in the way. Oh, I asked them for constructive criticism and feedback 2 or 3 times.
Right. Basically, it's like this. We're making free clips. This is all for fun. We have fun doing it. We like seeing a lot of views, and we also get some business. So it's like it's a nice win-win. But the minute you get in and you start getting picky, okay, we can make some exceptions. Naval, he's got a brand. He's concerned about posterity. He's a big dude. We're like, okay, Naval, you get the exception. But Carmelita, I mean, I know you got that MBA, but like, we don't care. Social capital, as important as you think it is, don't share it on social capital. Just let Chamath. It's his personal account. We're gonna do no harm. Just fucking trust us and let's have a blast. Like, you're sucking the fun out of this. And now Henry and I were like, fuck, do we just tell them like, fuck off, you don't get clips? Or every clip we make, now you're going to shoot them down. Like, we tried to go with their guidelines. And even when we do that, they're like, no, we don't want to post it. And then what happens? We just wasted $1,000+ and energy on this.
With no feedback from them. Let me give...
right. That's the issue. The no feedback.
No feedback. I ask them like, what would make a clip a no for you all so that we can look out for this and, do no harm moving forward, yada, yada, yada. Crickets.
Hey,
you got?
The pickup artist shit though, it does work. Although you blast them with a lot, but you're like, what do I do here? They didn't respond. I'm like, you know what happens when you're setting up a date and they don't respond? You hit them with a question mark. That's it. It's the high period sort of remark.
I did that, and then I sent them clips, and then they didn't review them. But I want to make this. I want to make this a teachable moment because I got this text from an avid listener, Zane, who was listening to our one-way communication problems on the pod. And he said, use Loom so that people can see and hear your tone, or send them audio messages when you're dealing with these people like over Slack and whatnot. So I tested that out, sent Carmen an audio message. I think it went over well in the sense that she got my tone, but we're still talking about 2 completely different things. She wants videos for social capital, and we're making Chamath clips for fun.
Well, we're in this really weird place of all in podcast, like you said, is for fun, aka free. But now she's trying to pick her hand into our pot of fun and suck out all the value without paying for it. And like, hey,
that's right.
You're treating us like this is a client agency relationship. Like, that's not it. If you want that, you have to pay for that. And so we're trying to like subtly indicate. Do we tell her this? Do we go to Chamath and be like, hey, she's sucking the fun out of this? We don't want to do clips anymore. But I think Chamath doesn't really care about the clips. So
he kind of does. He hit me back once and was like, this is doing huge views. Thanks, guys. Like, of course he likes to see views.
I know. Part of me is like, how important is this to him? Is it like, he's like, guys, just figure it out. I don't want to fucking deal with this.
All right.
But like, I don't...
Right, I don't know if I want to go
billionaire bigwig,
but so she's like vetoing all these ideas, and she says that they want to look for topics that matter: climate, renewable energy, biotech, crypto, geopolitics, very selectively. I'm like, yo, Chamath went on the All In podcast. He said a bunch of shit publicly. We turned that into viral content.
Right.
Like, this isn't about social capital shareholders. Chamath.
Right. If you want the shareholder letter, pay us. We'll dig for that. Okay. So I don't know how we handle it, but that ad that I got right when we were talking about it, the iceberg one or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh yeah. Put that right there. Whoop, 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 pop, boop.
It says unfuck it, but the swear, the fuck is behind an iceberg, so you can't really read it. And it's like, this is YouTube. YouTube is it's YouTube featured, so they're fucking promoting this. If they can be edgy, then why is Carmelita doing these like super picky? No, it's not on brand. And then a long ass caption is like, no, unfuck it, or whatever that was. It's like that's what you want.
I need to unfuck you, Pop. Let me ask you a question. Are you fasting today?
No, I woke up and ate a whole tub of chicken salad. I haven't worked out either.
A tub.
I had my Whole Foods delivered. $350 today. Rack it up.
You should go back and move in with your mom. I haven't paid for food.
I might have to. I might if Ollie pushes back a month, I might have to.
Oh, tease it. That's a transition.
Hey, no. Really quick though. Speaking of like fasts and cleanses, when I was little, I was probably in high school when I wrote this, but I read the 4-Hour Work Week. I was like Tim Ferriss. People are going to be like, fuck this podcast. These clowns with the fishing pole.
I love it.
So when it's like filibustering. Back in high school when I read the 4-Hour Work Week. No, maybe I was in college. I forget. But I'm like, Mom, all I really want in this life, like, I don't think I need that much money. I just want to go live someplace warm and be able to drink as much watermelon juice as my heart desires. Guess what I'm drinking right now?
First of all, until you told me that like a month or two ago, I didn't even know watermelon juice was a thing.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. When I was little, we used to have Dell's lemonade. It was Dell's watermelon. Fucking delicious. And it reminds me of that, but it's like healthier.
Let me ask you this. Isn't watermelon juice water?
It's sugar water. And well, it's technically cold pressed watermelon and lemon juice blend. How about that?
You're drinking lemonade. So
now my fridge is stocked full of these watermelon juices because I'm convinced we're there. We're really close.
Pop. Really close. Yes. Oh my God. Shareholder letter. That's got to go out tomorrow, Tuesday. But I'm going to string them along, baby. Pop, I only ask you to fast once a month for 24 hours.
You also only ask me to read a book once a month. How's that gone?
Oh, I'm reading a recommendation from Ali, the end of this episode. It's called The Obsessions of a Four... I don't know, man. I'm reading.
That's why you can't fast, dude. Your T meter's low. Slick really like the T meter.
Look at your neck. Your shirt's like it's drooping.
No, it's just off. It's cockeyed because my shoulder is higher than the other one.
Slick like the T meter. That's because he's got a lot of it.
Slick's got a lot of tea. You know that girl I've been talking to? She's like, I've never met anyone that talks about sex as much as you do. And I
actually don't, because we only talk about business. So I don't know who you're talking about.
All right, never mind. I'll leave it at that. Did we tease it enough? I might have some more agenda. Oh, how about this? Let's keep teasing it. Oh, I got a lot of shit in here. We talked to Amar.
I guess we're just glossing over what you just said, but that's probably for the best. It didn't really register in my ears until just now, but I'm just going to keep going.
Push. Train's going. Left the station.
I'm going to let the comments take care of that one.
Okay. So what's interesting now, I was thinking about the luck shit again, right? Naval is 4 types of luck. The first one is like that dumb luck where you just get fucking randomly lucky. The other one, number 2, is when you hustle. You're out there creating luck for yourself. Number 3 is when you can be prepared. You see the opportunity and you seize it. And
wait,
the 4th
I always
is
forget
when
number 3.
3 is like, say you understand coding. Now you can be like, oh, all I have to do is build a database and connect them, and now I can create Uber.
Okay,
you
so
can
you have
make
like
these connections.
Skill.
Yeah, you have an insight that most people you can see something that most people don't. Like we can see that Ali Abdaal is struggling with short form, and we can help him out. So that's why we blitz him. So that's kind of where our luck comes in. But now we're getting this other luck that's like we put out a Naval clip, gets almost 1 million views. Actual fucking views, probably 5 times that in impressions. And we have the Yes Theory, Amar, reach out. And he's like,
Yes Theory.
He reaches out and this is fun for you, huh? And so we're like trying to coordinate this call with Amar, and he's off. He basically ghosted us one night when we originally were supposed to have the call, and like, yo, Amar, what happened? He's like, yo, boys, sorry, I just out of nowhere, I was like, I'm gonna go to France, I'm gonna go to Paris and run this marathon.
Of
like,
course,
of course, go to LA.
Of course, you were.
I'm like, no, totally fair. When can you hop on the phone again? And he's like, finally, we set something up. I don't have fucking proper Wi-Fi in my apartment or connection or anything. So I'm like running around in Miami in the middle of a typhoon, trying to figure out how to get some connection for Amar. And this dude, meanwhile, is in like a hotel lobby and he has shit connection. And we're like trying to spit off all these connections that we have. I'm like, yo, Amar, by the way, when I was in high school, I reached out to one of these people that video edits for you. And he's like, wow, that's awesome. And then Henry's like, oh, by the way, Amar, I went to the South Africa leadership camp. I think you did it too. He's like, oh my God. And we used like all our connections with the shittiest connection. So it was just a really weird 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
all our connections with the shittiest connection. That's the title.
No, but so we finally like
no.
You don't realize my internal body temperature is at like 200 degrees right now.
Because I'm laughing at you.
No, because we turned off the AC and it's Miami. It's like 95 degrees and I'm in basically a greenhouse. But and you're laughing at me. That doesn't help.
We're still teasing Ali Abdaal, right?
Yeah, we'll get to him.
Okay.
No, there's a connection to be made. There's a transition somewhere here.
Okay.
So we finally get back on the phone. Amar like half ghosted us for like another hour. I go back into the typhoon and no, we're finally like, hey, yeah, dude, awesome. We used all our connections. Like, what do you want to talk about? He's like, I don't know. Y'all just seem cool. We're like, all right, we don't know either. But he's like, hey, if you're ever in LA, you want to kick it with us, we brainstorm, shoot the shit, figure out how we can work together. Like, oh, that's dope. So I'm thinking in like a week or two, we're going to be in LA shooting the shit with the S Theory guys, seeing how we can collab.
Fuck yeah, Pop. Manifest it. He said he'll be back at some point in November, but I like a week or two.
I'm going to tell him we beat him. We beat him there.
Hey, I was watching Amar's video on doing the crazy skydive from high altitude, Halo. High Halo, altitude, low orbit, low something. I was crying at the end. That was a triumphant video. I'm going to link it right here.
The hero's journey. How about that?
It was major. They're brilliant. Such a good use of music to build tension. I remember that. And release. I
think I saw Logan Paul's editor. I forget his name, but he does a lot of breakdowns of editing and what makes great editing. I think he did it for that video. And he was talking about the rapid changes in mood and music and the editing style, like fast to slow. It was awesome. I'm going to see if I can find that too. Maybe we'll link that. But yeah, he's great.
Well, I think we should sign off here, Pop. Ali.
No. I got a couple more points. Talking about luck. Unique luck. Okay, that fourth where you're world class and people come to you. We had Noah Kagan. He's got like OK Dork or I don't know. He's got his own podcast. And his producer connected us with this other producer who does a lot of big shows. And we also got connected another way incidentally at the same time with this same guy. And he's like, yeah, I work with a bunch of big dudes. And I think
big buff dudes.
Fucking ginormous, dude, roided out. And we're like, yeah, dude, that's not really our niche, but fuck it. We love dudes. And he's like, yeah, let me.
We like the small little ones.
We like the little, throw them around and shit. No, but he's like, yeah, everyone, I'm just an audio guy. I don't get video. And everyone's asking for video. How do we grow? We need clips. We need content. And came across you guys. So we want to see how we can work together. And we're like, hey, that's what we like to hear. So now he's like, yo, I want to connect you with Jordan Harbinger. And like, Jordan Harbinger, I like him. I like his podcast. I don't know if you follow his shit, but
I do not.
Actually, he has the Jordan Harbinger show now, but he used to have, what the fuck was it called? It was
Big Dudes Do Roids.
Something like that. Yeah. Podcast.
Wait, while you're looking that up, guy. let me just string people along for a second. Ali Abdaal. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Every like 45 seconds.
Well, fuck. Oh, Art of Charm. The Art of Charm.
Mm.
So Jordan Harbinger, he was essentially a pickup artist back in the day. And he was teaching guys all these dating skills and stuff. That's why I kind of like knew of him, because Art of Charm was like, oh, how do you charm women? How do you become a more attractive man? So I like heard about him back in the day. And then he broke off with the other guy he was doing. And now he has this show that's more business oriented, but it's massive. Like I forget how many millions of views they get a month, but he interviews all the biggest people. And it's just funny because I see it. Like I saw it with Will Smith's book too. We're talking about that. And the Mark Manson, is that his name? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah.
Like he was a pickup guy. Like he just taught people. He was a coach. And it's just funny because I'm like, all these people, like Neil Strauss, same thing.
It's so interesting. I was telling Athena about this at some point, but like I had never heard about anything about pickup and whatnot with like, especially my high school friends, maybe because we didn't talk to many people. But then going to college, I feel like, and the people that we work with in entrepreneurship and whatnot, everyone is like a part of this world. I'm like, what's going on here? What did I miss here? And how come you never charmed me, Pop?
Look, we talking though. No, it's just like the that's my transition these days. No. It's just the nerdy people. Actually, well, yeah, like Sam Parr. He was into that shit. Same with Sean Puri. Like every nerdy person that was smart but not getting asked, they're like, hey, how do I get asked? And then they go to all these companies, and then these companies end up pivoting to business and they sell them shit later on. So it's just goofy. But
the dark arts.
It gets dark. It gets dark. But we stay in the happy side of the dark arts. It's not that dark. Actually, Mark Manson, he's like a good one. He's like,
I thought you were gonna say, actually, Mark Manson, that dude's dark.
He's the
arts.
lightest of them all. But basically, it'd be dope to work with Jordan Harbinger, and now we're getting connected there, and we're also like connecting this dude to someone that was asking. That's also a big UFC person. That's like, I want audio. I want amazing audio. So I'm seeing how people in the upper echelon are just like, oh, I know people, you know people. The same thing that we were trying to do of like, oh, hey, David Sachs, we're friends with Hassan. You want to see his show? Or now we're like, oh, hey, David Sachs, we're friends with Will Smith. You want to see his show? It's like,
we can
these
go to
things
all
are
the
possible.
shows. Yeah.
Bring him watermelon juice too.
I still need to send him the that's that's a bleep. That's a bleep for another time. Nobody can know about that, Pop.
No one needs to know about it. All they need to know about is I told buttercream and moi. Wait, you said those two right next to each other. That's the two. You just said buttercream, right? Am I tweaking?
Yeah. No, I did.
I keep taking our cute little phrases and I apply them to me talking to Issa, and I'm like, this is really funny. I like this. And
so you call her buttercream?
I don't know, but I started using it with her too. And
I don't think you're supposed to call girls buttercream, Pop.
Hey, buttercream. No. Okay, we gotta get.
It's nice that you have a girlfriend. Okay, Ali. Ali.
Let's be perfectly clear. Ali.
You know, it's funny.
Spent the whole episode teasing it.
We strung them along, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm tired.
Well, you were tired coming onto the call.
Let me hit you. I'm fasting. Let me hit you with a hack, a productivity hack as you breathe because you're anxious. I see the discomfort. You're doing all these breathing tactics.
You know what? I send my sweaty shit in the morning. I feel like that right now. I'm really sweaty.
I bet you do. I'll charm you. So, Matt Diavella, I'm gonna link that video right there. He puts out this video called the 5-minute rule. And what you're supposed to do is like, when you don't want to do shit, look at you. I mean, you don't want to do anything.
Terrible. Can I take off my shirt?
When your brain doesn't want to do stuff, it just like, it finds all the reasons not to do it. Sometimes you just need to take a baby step, like we've talked about. And so what Matt Diavella does is he sets a 5-minute timer on his phone. And he tells his brain, like, I'm going to do this thing for 5 minutes until my phone buzzes. And then I can stop. It's just like the lowest friction thing. Just give it 5 minutes. And then what happens is you start doing the thing and 4 minutes goes by. You're probably done. but also if you're not, like, you can take it far beyond 5 minutes. So that was my little 5-minute timer, Pop, to get you to get a transition into Ali Abdaal. And you're looking the same as when I started talking.
I didn't know why I was listening. I was a listener for that part of the segment. So the Ali Abdaal segment.
No.
Did I do it again? I don't know.
No, but you should have.
I should have. My bad. So, okay, Ali. Basically, last week, we did this crazy out of the blue pitch. Well, I guess out of the blue for them for synthesis school. I'm forgetting who we work with now. Synthesis school. So Henry, he has this thing and he's like, hey, synthesis, y'all are fucking up. Like, why aren't you posting consistently? We want you to do that.
Consistently. I didn't stop you when you
butchered.
synthesis.
No, I messed up more words than there were words in that sentence.
That's exactly it. And it wasn't until we got to
I added words that don't exist. You had to stop me. I'm taking it off.
No,
it's
Pop,
too sticky.
No, please. Please. No, Pop, no. I'm leaving. Thank God you're pixelated. What is this?
All right, I'll cover up still.
Ish is gonna have to edit this. You're her boss. Look at you. You got your shirt in your mouth.
Hey, what happened with Ali Abdaal? Let me go turn on the AC.
I think it's a different. Dude, I think Ali Abdaal is a different episode now. The poor people, they've been listening to this for 31 minutes. They're like, give us the tea. Tell us something nice. Just please, just give us a Ali Abdaal. And we're here. And we
Dude,
teased
it's 80 degrees in here.
And we
so
can't
hot.
do it. I set the productivity timer.
Hold on.
I got on the call with him and I clammed up. I couldn't even speak.
Well, why did he get on the call? Okay, so this was, I just don't want to show my nipples. I got on a call. I think it was one of the first calls last night with the team, and I was shirtless. And I'm like, "Hey guys, you just kind of have to get used to it." But what happened? Basically, that same pitch that we did, aka Henry did for synthesis school, that was better that time. We did for Ollie, and we're like, "Hey, synthesis, we want to do the same pitch. Is it cool if we do it right after?" And like, "Hey, it's probably cool, but you probably don't want to do it. Do it next week." And so we're like, "Oh, awesome." Meanwhile, though, Ollie had just happened to reach back out to Henry, and he's like, "Yo, let's get on the phone. This shit's dope," from a while back because you had pinged him. So we were setting up a call anyway, and then we set it up for today. And we're like, "Oh, today's perfect. Let's go live with that vlog pitch that you did, Henry." And I'm gonna keep calling you Henry.
Wait, did you say how sticky the situation got with the back-to-back? Because synthesis goes live. It's a very public closing of the deal. It's like a fairy tale. And then we were going to put out Ali. By the way, I don't know if it's Ali or Ali. I did a lot of research.
He said it differently.
I'm very confused. I want to ask him. He kind of gives it the Ali. But then...
That's what Angus did on the call.
Right.
I was like, fuck.
I did a lot of research before that video. I have a note, like, get the pronunciation right, because I'm hearing everyone say it differently.
Fuck, dude. I didn't even think it would be wrong.
It's like Hassan. I know it's not Ali. But it's Ali or Ali. Anyway, Pop. We asked for Synthesis's blessing. Synthesize.
Right. It's like, hey,
for their blessing.
We just had this. It's kind of like, imagine fucking Disney does Cinderella, and then the next day they release Cinderella 2. It's like, that's fucking, don't drop the sequel right after. That's going to ruin the fairy tale. So we're like, okay, let's give it some breathing room. Let's let it breathe. And we do. That's what they say. And then today, we already had the call with Angus set up, but that was just going to be us three just talking about like, hey, can we work together? But Henry's still got this video in the queue. So he blasts it. Henry's like, hey, Dylan, can you give it some love? Like, give it a little nuke boost. And so I get in there. I like it. And then the second like, who's the second like, Belky?
Yes, sir. Mr. Ali himself.
Ali. And fucking boom shakalaka. He slides into your DMs and he's like, dude, I don't know. What did he say? I like this.
He said, I like the vid. Do we have a time on the calendar to chat yet? This is Ali, by the way. Or are you free now? We're like, dude, we're literally
I'm gonna
about
be
to talk.
rattled.
By what?
His name. That's such a pet peeve of mine. Is like,
I'll just ask him.
Well,
look at me.
What kind of research did you do?
A lot. I watched him on
still didn't
interviews,
figure it out?
on podcast. No, everyone says it differently.
You got to do it when he says it, not when other people say it.
I couldn't find him saying it in an intro.
Hi, I'm Ali. It's got to be somewhere.
He gets right into it. He knows how to craft a hook, Pop.
Okay.
He gets right into the video.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller, but he's a long form guy. Our whole pitch to him is like, hey, you're long form, you're quality over quantity. We're the same thing, just short form. Here are your big issues. He's concerned that he's done YouTube. He's crushed the algorithm there, but so much is dependent. He's like, should I be on TikTok? Should I be on Reels? Should I be on all these short form platforms? And like, yes, you should be, but you don't know how it works. This is our domain. This is our expertise. Let's handle it. And what's funny was he wasn't supposed to be on the call. So he just pops in and he's got crappy connection. He's where, in Amsterdam or something like that?
In Amsterdam, stuck.
Yeah.
Rattled
and
me.
It was weird. I get on the call, like it changed the link or something. So I was in the wrong room for the first 5 minutes, but I finally get in and pretty much like a minute in, he's like, hey guys, no, awesome. How do we work together? It's like, oh, there's no foreplay here. It's just like, he's already, I was like, what they teach you is like, normally in sales, it's like, oh, you want to talk to them, figure out their problems, see if you can pitch them a solution. And he's just like, no, dude, just like, what's it like to work with you? Just tell me like, what are the terms and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
we haven't never had the calibrated questions for us.
I'm like, I didn't have that's later in the pitch. So it was literally no pitch. And I'm like, fuck, I got on 90 seconds ago and I'm already going to tell him the terms. Like that seems like a big no is like, hey, 10 clips, 10 grand, 10 big ideas. And they didn't get the rule book ahead of time, which, well, I think he did a while back when it was like 15 grand a month.
There's a lot of fugazi going on. And
I don't know. He's probably got a super busy life, so he probably doesn't remember anything.
Exactly. And then half the time Angus is talking with me through his Twitter. And it's very confusing. Oh. Who knows what, including myself. I don't know.
Angus has access to his Twitter. That's why.
Yeah, it was Angus. But then this morning it was
that's
Ali.
Why I said that's all. Ali?
Ali.
Is it Ali? Because Angus
then I got
said
very
Ali.
Confused. Yes, but Angus says kind of
he's from the Highlands.
The Highlands of the UK, right? That's a place.
Yeah, dude, they yodel all over there.
But my buddy Sam might be listening to this. He should know the Highlands. Let me know, Sam. So basically, we tell him what's up, and I don't know if it caught him off guard. He was frozen for half the video, so I don't know how he reacted. But Henry, it sounded like Henry. Why not, Belky? You said you were kind of starstruck. I'm too stupid. I'm just like, this dude's on his bed. Like, I'm used to talking to people on their bed like this. No,
it was. There you go.
Actually, maybe that's what it was. He was just so. I don't know. He was just hanging out on his bed that I was like, my brain, I couldn't rack anything. I couldn't think of words. I clammed up.
Yeah. Well, whatever. That's why there's two of us. The cat took over. And
cat.
I don't know if they even know who I am. But yeah, it was basically like, hey, these are the terms. And they started asking like a couple of questions. But they're mostly like, hey, we want to get started. This is pretty serious investment on our end. Like, we're spending a fuckload of money now. So we're going through a brand redo. Can we do this in like a couple weeks? But
Pop,
let's get the ball rolling.
I have a question and a problem and a concern.
Yeah.
I'm worried. All this stringing along, and the payoff was a pretty normal call with a really pretty cool guy.
That's a fact. I'm not going to dispute that in any way.
Do you want to tie a bow on this, and I'll think of a way to get to Gordaloo?
One thing I was thinking of that you said before, you're like, hey, let's wrap up a little lesson in this. I like lessons. I think we're supposed to be teaching Gen Z or something like that.
Let's do it, Pop.
Let me think of lessons. One lesson is
the luck
people
was
at
nice.
the top. Oh, you like the luck.
I like the luck.
Okay,
So I'll
well,
do
how
that
is that
one.
actionable?
I'll make it actionable.
Build
You
skills.
do yours, Pop. You do yours first.
Okay. I think a lot of people at the top, they're busy. What does this mean? They like being spoon-fed. So if you can spoon-feed people, that's good. Spoon-feed them. That's how they like it. Ollie, he's like, how do you reach out and work with your idols? And he recommended, reach out via email, get the raw assets and edit them. We did it without the raw assets. Like, we never talked to Ollie, whatever the fuck his name is, ever. We just did it and then we sent it to him. That's what you want. So spoon feed people if you want to work with dope idols, which we're doing more and more of. And also, they're super chill about everything in general. They're like, hey, if I want it, I'm going to get it. It's never really a big discussion on price or like the exact terms, anything like that. They're like, I want it. I think I need it. Right. There were some concerns of like, hey, this is expensive. Like, how do we make sure we're getting the most value out of these clips? But we have those answers, or we can figure them out together. So it's mostly just like, what is the lesson there? If you want to pretend like I'm wondering if I should suggest this, but like when you're dealing with the people that are bigwigs or have a lot of attention, are important, they're the most chill people that we've worked with. So you don't want to be the person that writes out 10 paragraphs explaining all these bullet points. Just like, what's the value they need? Get there as succinctly as possible, and ideally show them like the proof of work. Like, for example, right now we're working on a Will Smith project, and the animators, they're doing some storyboards, and I'm like, they look cool, but I can't tell until you show me exactly what it looks like, what it's going to be. So sort of the perfect pitch to anyone you want to work with is do exactly what you're going to do for them, and then just hit them with the succinct, here's the value, want to work with us or not? And most of the time they're like, yeah, whatever the terms, let's do it.
And if they're not, they're going to be quickly like, no, and maybe tell you why, and then you go fix that thing. It's just like it can be a very quick process. Quick yes. Mm-hmm. Let me teach you a little something about luck, Pop. All right. Remember, there's 4 kinds, and I think it's important to note that they kind of come chronologically. They kind of come in order. You can't go 4 to 1. You can't go 3 to 2.
Right.
People get a lot of dumb luck, right? You and I look a certain way. We are a certain way. We got a lot more dumb luck. Fine. But then 2, and this is something anybody can do, and that's just hustling for that luck. And that's what we did. We did a lot of that. I think, and I was just telling Shane this. He's like, "Oh, your videos, they're the perfect, like, you've productized Casey Neistat or something." I'm like,
our mentor, one of our mentors, Shane.
One of our mentors DMs me that, and I'm like, I mean, yeah. When you put it that way, yeah. But what really happened is you and I made a whole bunch of content. I made a whole bunch of vlogs. We found some amount of signal in all of that noise, and then just ran with that thing. And okay, right. If it's a productized Casey Neistat, that's brilliant.
Here's the thing. You're basically, okay, the analogy is going to break down, but it's like you're on the beach and you're throwing out all this fucking metal, and you're just out there with a metal detector trying to find it. And like, once you get that little signal, you're like, oh, do more of that. Like, pick that and figure out where the source of all this shit is and just hone in on that. And that's kind of what you did, is like, oh, Casey Neistat, maybe my life isn't as interesting as him, but I can take that style and just apply it to sales pitches. And that's the unique confluence of these 2 things.
Hey, you said it better as well. That doesn't even cross my mind. Brilliant. And then 3 and 4 just start to happen, and that's starting to happen now, which is wacky. But
well, here's what I wanted to say is a lot of people, when they're okay, hey, let me make this political. When they're like, what you said, we had more dumb luck than most people because maybe we're like dudes, we go to a good school, we're just like get more opportunities right out of the gate. That's true, but that's also the least fulfilling, least powerful type of luck.
Least powerful.
The other, like the hustle, the preparation, the unique value that you add to the world, that's all just blood, sweat, and tears. You get out there and you learn a skill, you do something, you out hustle everybody else. That's the real important luck that no one has any idea who we are. Like we got on the phone with Ollie and he's like, hey, is it just you two or like what's going on? And we're like, no, we're actually like 38. And like they thought they were big at 21. So that's point being, like the excuses, everyone's like can be like, oh, you won the genetic lottery or whatever. Be like, yeah, sure. But we wouldn't get very far with just that luck alone.
Right. Beyond that,
focus on the other three.
Right. There's no excuse for type 2, which is just running into luck from moving things. And
same with type 3. Like, no. Oh, my point was going to be this. Like, everyone sees the Naval edits. They're DMing smart nonsense. They have no idea who we are. We could be like 2 12-year-old women in fucking rural China. Like, it doesn't matter as long as you're providing value. The people just want to work with you, and that's the beauty.
What I say. You know what I say to that, Pop?
No.
You got more?
No. I wanted a better transition than that.
Oh, so, all right, we'll keep talking. Like the smart list guys. Like Pop, you know, it's October.
I wish that ended right there. I'm regretting this already.
There's pumpkins. You put pumpkins out on the table and squashes. But then sometimes you mix it up with a little Guardaloo.
Bye.
What a mukbang, dude. All right, see ya.